Imagine turning on a radio. Within a fraction of a second, music, voices, or live news suddenly appear out of complete silence. There are no visible wires connecting you to the broadcasting station, no physical link carrying the sound across cities or entire countries. And yet the audio reaches your speaker almost instantly. What seems simple on the surface is actually one of the most fascinating achievements in physics and communication technology. Radio works by transforming sound into invisible electromagnetic waves that travel through space at the speed of light. But how can sound itself be converted into something that moves through the air and then be reconstructed perfectly on the other side? The foundation of radio technology begins with sound itself. Human voices, music, and other noises are actually vibrations traveling through air as mechanical waves. A microphone captures these vibrations and converts them into an electrical signal that mirrors the exact shape and intensity of the original sound wave. At this stage, however, the signal is far too weak and unstable to travel long distances efficiently. To transmit it through space, it must first be attached to a much higher frequency electromagnetic wave known as a carrier wave. This process is called modulation. During modulation, the original audio signal changes certain properties of the carrier wave in order to encode information onto it. In AM radio, or amplitude modulation, the strength of the carrier wave changes according to the sound signal. In FM radio, or frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier wave changes instead. In both cases, the sound information becomes embedded into the electromagnetic wave, allowing it to carry audio across enormous distances. If you like similar educational content, please like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Once the signal is modulated, it is amplified and sent into an antenna connected to a radio transmitter. The antenna converts the electrical signal into electromagnetic radiation, which begins spreading outward through space in all directions. These radio waves move at nearly the speed of light and can travel across cities, countries, and in some cases even around the planet, depending on frequency and atmospheric conditions. What makes this process extraordinary is that the world around us is constantly filled with invisible radio waves from countless sources at the same time. Radio stations, television broadcasts, satellites, mobile networks, and Wi-Fi all rely on the same fundamental principle of transmitting information using electromagnetic waves. Radio is one of the clearest and most elegant examples of how physics allows information to move wirelessly across vast distances. Once the sound signal has been attached to a carrier wave and transmitted into space, the radio signal begins its journey through the atmosphere. Electromagnetic waves used in radio broadcasting travel at the speed of light and do not require any physical medium like wires or cables. However, their behavior is heavily influenced by the environment around them. Buildings, mountains, weather conditions, and even layers of the Earth's atmosphere can affect how far the signal travels and how clearly it can be received. Different radio frequencies behave in very different ways. Lower frequency radio waves, such as long wave and medium wave signals, are capable of bending around obstacles and following the curvature of the Earth. This allows them to travel extremely long distances, especially at night. Higher frequency waves, like those used in FM broadcasting, move more directly in straight lines. They provide much higher sound quality, but usually have a shorter effective range because they are more easily blocked by terrain and buildings. The strength of the transmitter also plays a major role in determining how far a signal can travel. A more powerful transmitter generates a stronger electromagnetic field, allowing the radio waves to cover larger areas. However, power alone is not enough. The placement and height of the antenna are equally important. This is why radio towers are often built on mountains, hills, or tall structures, maximizing their ability to broadcast over wide regions without interference. One of the most fascinating aspects of radio transmission is the way radio waves interact with the atmosphere. Certain frequencies can reflect off the ionosphere, a charged layer high above the Earth's surface. Under the right conditions, these reflected waves can bounce back toward the planet and travel thousands of kilometers beyond the normal line-of-sight range. This is why people sometimes receive distant international stations late at night that would normally be impossible to hear during the day. At any given moment, the space around us is filled with countless overlapping radio signals. Millions of frequencies are moving through the air simultaneously, yet your radio receiver can isolate a single station with remarkable precision. This ability to select one signal from a crowded electromagnetic environment is one of the key technological achievements that makes radio communication practical. When radio waves finally reach your receiver, the entire process begins to reverse. The first component involved is the antenna, which acts as a sensor for electromagnetic waves moving through the air. As radio waves pass through the antenna, they induce a tiny electrical current that mirrors the original transmitted signal. However, this signal is extremely weak and mixed together with countless other frequencies coming from different radio stations, communication systems, and electronic devices surrounding you. To isolate a specific station, the receiver uses a tuning circuit. This circuit acts like a highly selective filter that allows only one narrow frequency range to pass while rejecting all others. When you adjust the tuning dial on a radio, you are actually changing the electrical properties of this circuit so that it resonates at a different frequency. This resonance allows the receiver to lock onto one station while ignoring the electromagnetic chaos surrounding it. Once the desired signal has been isolated, the next step is demodulation. This is the process of extracting the original audio information from the carrier wave. In AM radio, the receiver analyzes changes in the amplitude of the wave, while FM receivers detect changes in frequency. The demodulator removes the carrier component and reconstructs the original electrical audio signal that was created by the microphone at the broadcasting station. At this point, the signal still contains very little power and cannot directly drive a speaker. It must first pass through an amplifier, which increases the signal strength dramatically while preserving the shape of the original sound wave. This amplified signal is then sent to the speaker, where electrical energy is converted back into mechanical motion. Inside the speaker, a coil and magnet system vibrate a thin membrane back and forth, pushing air in patterns identical to the original sound vibrations recorded earlier. What makes this entire system incredible is the speed at which it operates. Every stage, signal reception, tuning, demodulation, amplification, and sound reproduction, happens continuously and almost instantaneously. The music or voice you hear feels smooth and uninterrupted, but behind the scenes, the receiver is performing an extremely complex sequence of electromagnetic and electronic operations every single second. To fully understand radio technology, it is important to explore the difference between AM and FM broadcasting, because these two systems use fundamentally different methods of encoding sound onto carrier waves. AM, or amplitude modulation, works by changing the strength of the carrier wave according to the audio signal while keeping the frequency constant. This method is relatively simple and allows signals to travel very long distances, especially at lower frequencies. However, AM signals are highly sensitive to electrical interference from storms, power lines, engines, and electronic equipment, which is why AM radio often contains static noise. FM, or frequency modulation, takes a different approach. Instead of altering the strength of the wave, FM changes the frequency of the carrier wave in response to the sound signal. Because most environmental interference affects amplitude rather than frequency, FM broadcasting is far more resistant to noise. This results in much clearer audio quality and allows FM stations to transmit music with significantly better fidelity. The downside is that FM waves usually travel shorter distances because they propagate mainly in straight lines and are more easily blocked by terrain or buildings. Another major difference lies in bandwidth. FM radio uses a much wider frequency range than AM, allowing it to carry more audio information, including stereo sound and a broader range of frequencies. This is why FM broadcasts sound richer and more detailed, especially for music. AM broadcasting, with its narrower bandwidth, sacrifices audio quality in exchange for efficiency and long-distance transmission capabilities. Modern radio technology has evolved far beyond traditional analog systems. Digital radio broadcasting now allows audio to be transmitted as digital data rather than continuous analog waveforms. This provides higher sound quality, better resistance to interference, and the ability to include additional information such as song titles, station data, or traffic updates. Despite these technological advancements, the underlying principle remains the same. Information is still being transmitted wirelessly through electromagnetic waves traveling through space. When viewed as a whole, radio is far more than a simple device for listening to music or news. It is a highly sophisticated communication system that combines physics, electronics, signal processing, and electromagnetic theory. Every stage, from modulation to reception, relies on carefully controlled interactions between energy and information, all happening invisibly around us every moment of the day. When you step back and look at radio from a broader perspective, it becomes clear that radio is not just a standalone invention. It is the foundation of nearly all modern wireless communication. The same principles used in traditional radio broadcasting are also used in mobile phones, Wi-Fi networks, satellite communication, GPS systems, Bluetooth devices, and even deep space communication with spacecraft. At its core, the idea is always the same. Information is converted into electromagnetic signals, transmitted through space, and reconstructed at the receiving end. One of the greatest challenges engineers face is the limited nature of the electromagnetic spectrum. Radio frequencies cannot be used randomly because overlapping transmissions would interfere with each other and create chaos. This is why governments and international organizations regulate frequency allocations very carefully. Each radio station operates within a specific assigned frequency range, ensuring that signals remain separated and communication systems can coexist without major interference. Another critical issue is signal distortion and interference. Radio waves can reflect off buildings, bounce through urban environments, or weaken when passing through obstacles. Atmospheric conditions can also affect signal propagation in unpredictable ways. To solve these problems, modern communication systems use advanced digital signal processing, error correction algorithms, and highly optimized antenna designs. These technologies help maintain clear communication even in environments filled with noise and competing signals. What is truly remarkable is that despite more than a century of technological advancement, the fundamental principles behind radio have remained unchanged. The devices themselves have become smaller, faster, and vastly more sophisticated, but they still rely on the same electromagnetic phenomena, first explored by early physicists and inventors. Every wireless technology surrounding us today is built on the same basic concept discovered during the development of radio communication. At the end of this entire chain of processes, you experience something incredibly simple: sound emerging from a speaker. Music, voices, live broadcasts, and information arrive almost instantly from distant locations without any visible connection. Behind that simplicity lies an invisible world of electromagnetic waves, signal modulation, resonance, amplification, and decoding happening continuously in real time. Radio is one of the clearest examples of how humanity learned to harness the laws of physics to move information across the planet at the speed of light.